Hi everyone, we are all guided and influenced by our 8 functions or not really. Our first 2 functions are the most reliable, we trust them. The lower function 3, 4, 7 and 8 are not always reliable, it is hard to trust them until we focus on them. Because the third function in the middle of the psyche sometimes is blurry, uncertain, sometimes it's clear, and the function 4 we miss a part of this information every day. Also, most people immature neglect their lower function, they may not have even developed them. And the 7 and 8 most of the time they don't help us, they can even stop us from achieving our goal and being ourselves, stop us to live in harmony with ourselves. It just makes us feel weird, at least it makes me feel weird and fake. We are less likely to be guided or influenced by our lower function and more by our first 2 functions. Overall, the sensing type are most often guided, influenced by what is physical, material, by their body. They consult their 5 senses. The intuitive type are more often guided, influenced by the psychical, their intuition, 6th sense, their imagination, the possibilities, the pattern, concept, the ideas. The thinking type are more often guided, influenced by their brain, by what they think, calculate, the reason, logic, by what's work, by constructed object, technology. The feeling type are more often guided, influenced by their heart, by what they feel, value, like, by living being. Sensors are guided by physical health or aspect, intuitive by mental health or aspect, feeler by the emotional state, the thinker by the functional state. Introverted functions are guided, influenced by their inner world, and the extroverted functions are guided, influenced by the external world. SI are guided by their own body, by their internal sensation, cold, warm, hungry, thirsty, pain. They are guided by the government, structure, school, hierarchy, by what society wants them to do. They follow blindly the rules without questioning them. They do, but they don't know why they do things. They just do what they are supposed to do, what society expects them to do. They want to find their place in society to fit in. They imitate and reproduce what they have seen in the past around them by their entourage, surrounding, neighbors, family, friends, society, co-worker, people, tradition. They do what they usually do the exact same thing over and over. Which is why, when they don't consider the other function, they just copy pasta, the pasta, why not? They may educate badly their children and traumatize them. Because in their mind, everyone should be the same, do the same, learn the same way. Sorry, we are not clone, we are not an extension or copy of yourself, maybe we are more clone. SE, extroverted sensing, are guided by the other body, new sensory, physical experiences, the trend, different flavor in food and drink, different smell in perfume and cosmetic, different aesthetic, color, texture, different detail, different sound, music, visuals, by the new sensorial and material stuff, the next shiny thing that will make them feel seen, by the actual tendency, trend, by what is superficial, by the physical appearance of things and people in surface, by what happened in the present and material world, by what will make them appear better in surface, but it is temporary. Sorry, but yes, all what is material is temporary, everything is temporary in life. FI, introverted feelings, are guided by their own feeling, value, by what they like, passionate them, interest them, by what is aligned with them and makes them feel good, by what they personally find harmonious, makes them feel in harmony with themselves. They are influenced by their own living being and internal emotional state by themselves. FE, extroverted feelings, are guided, influenced by the feeling of other, the emotional state of other, by the reaction of other living beings, by social expectation, by the social events, social gathering, by other people, what is collectively good or bad for the group or community, by their temporary, actual emotional state in surface, by what other likes, what is good for all, more precisely for the group what makes not necessarily others happy, but what makes the majority of the group happy. The majority wins, sadly, by how the external world and people make them feel. When immature, they may force someone to go with the group, even if they don't want, when FE don't consider FI. When the group don't consider and don't accept that every individual is different and have different value than the group. TE extroverted thinking are guided by what works in practice, by what logically functions on the world, what have been proven, what is scientifically or materially proven, by the best, by important figure, by the teacher, the professional, the scientific, the specialist, the expert, the connoisseur. By what will bring them money and a sense of accomplishment, a personal success. What is success is different for everyone, it is subjective. By what was or what will be successful can potentially work or could bring success, by what is efficient, by what gives the maximum result with less effort and quickly, by what work and where with the work quite simply. TI introverted thinking are guided by what works for them in theory, by their own judgment of right-wrong calculation, on logic, on thinking, on reasoning, on inner functioning, their framework, by their own logical connection, by what is correct and solid for them, by what is mechanical, the mechanism, machine, technology, by the inner functioning of things, by the error of logic they detect and want to correct. NE, extroverted intuition, are guided by the external new knowledge, by other minds, what others know, external ideas coming from other or thing, by new ideas, concept, by random thing, by who and what is original, different, by their imagination, creativity, by the connection, correspondence made by others, by the images of the world. They may test different things, possibility, and see what happens after. And NI, introverted intuition, like NE, extroverted intuition, it is more difficult and complex. They are guided by their intuition, inner compass, survival instinct, inner voice, unconscious or subconscious, inner knowing, by what they already know, by what they investigate, their own understanding. The sensory information can shut down their intuition, distract them, they cannot concentrate, cannot function well, they almost need a sensory deprivation room or place, silence, no light, no smell, no everything. Maybe we should send NI and NE in the space, so they will be more efficient and function better. It is just a suggestion. The emotion can override the intuition, the sensory can annihilate the intuition, but the feeling, thinking and sensing function help the intuition to be more precise, less blurry. They are guided by the problem and inconsistency they detect in the world and people. They are guided by themselves and only by themselves, by their own will, their own mind. They may have doubt, be suspicious, have to trust people and what they see. They have to investigate, search, connect the information to understand and know what is behind, what is hidden, the why, to be certain, to trust, to take decision, to move forward. They have to trust themselves, trust the universe, trust in life as it unfolds, guided by their own ideas, interpretation that may be uncertain. The most aware, awakened soul are guided by the universe, by the sign of the unconscious and subconscious, synchronicity, telepathic messages, by their visions and dreams, and it is not always easy to make clear this substance, to interpret and understand them, or even to notice them. They have to connect deeply with themselves, with the subconscious, unconscious, and they need a lot of time alone, at peace, at calm. They are guided only by their own mind, by themselves, by no one, and it can be very difficult and lonely. I think the one who feels the less lonely are FE, SE and SI, the most lonely NI, TI, FI, and TE, NE in between, but I think I would put TE and NE in the category lonely too. It was a mini ranking inside a video, because why not? Let the introvert and the intuitive alone, otherwise they may take wrong decisions for themselves. Don't influence them, guide them, help them, but let them think by themselves. Let them the time introvert function take time. And also let the intuitive in calm, at peace, otherwise they cannot consult their intuition and take bad decisions too. By letting people alone and at peace, you are giving them a gift. As always, it is just my perception. Take it, leave it, think about it or not. Do what you want. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. But sometimes the 16 type, especially neurodivergent person, they are lost, they are guided by nothing, they want nothing, they are in the I don't know. Or they may like and be interested by so much thing, by everything, that they cannot choose a path and create their own path and their own way of life. I really think everyone should create their own path, their own way of living and being.